Hello everyone, this is Arnaud GL and welcome to the Dialog Blueprint System showcase. So thank you for using my system, first of all, and then I'll show you what's inside. So if we look at the content here, you have the third person BP, which is basically the template for third person with blueprint. So you don't need it. It's the basic third-person blueprint. I used it to have a third-person control inside the game for demonstration. And everything you need is in Dialog System. So in Dialog System you have a dialog actor, a dialog function library, and all the dialogues are inside this box, inside this file. I will come back to it a little bit later. In Showcase, you just have the map I use for Showcase. So everything you need is this actor, this function library, and one of these actors. So, how does it work? You may have noticed these big, scary things. These are what I call dialog actors. So it's this. A dialog actor is basically an actor containing cameras, up to 15 cameras, and target points on the arrows on the ground, up to 9, and who fires a dialog in which you select. A dialog is a widget blueprint, which looks like this, and this. So this is a widget blueprint, and every dialog you need will be a new widget blueprint you will rename however you want. The dialog actor is basically an actor in which you can select the dialog who you want to fire. You can select which are the person inside the dialog. You can add cameras to those that are already in there. You can add target points to those that are already in there, and it has a function. It has two functions. One it's called fire dialog, and that basically create the list and finally fire the dialog by creating the widget, adding it to viewport, and set show mouse cursor to true. So your mouse cursor is always shown during the dialog, and it has a second function that is reset, and that is used for memory optimization, and that destroys the camera and the target point it may have spawned, because this actor, these cameras are not directly used because they are camera components. So this actor spawns camera at the same place and the same transform as these cameras, and you may destroy it with reset to optimize memory. So every time you want to fire a dialog, you just need to have this. You then need to have an event or any kind of gameplay you want that allows you to fire the dialog. Fire the dialog is very simple. I did it with trigger box here. When I enter the trigger box, and it is the pawn that enters it, it fires dialog actor on the pawn, and player controller will be this player controller. This is important, however. The player controller is the one that will receive the widget. So I show you this because to let you know that you can use this system for any kind of gameplay. You just had to add the fire dialog function and to fire it at the dialog actor that is close to you. Dialog actor basically has some different cameras. It has shoulder shots, face shots, middle shots, like cowboy shots, large angle shots, but you may add as many as you want by using the additional cameras and additional target points. You just had to add a camera in the scene, orient it, click on additional camera and add it, and then you will have a camera number 16, which 16, that would be this one. and the same for target points. Now let's look into dialogue in itself. So remember, you have dialog actor, you have a blueprint function that is you can fire the dialog actor whenever you want. To fire dialog, you just need to put the dialog actor and select the dialog you want to create. So usually we would duplicate the dialog blueprint base, and I encourage you to never change it. It's basically the dialog in which you have all the functions you need and all the macros you need that are already parametered, and that is empty. You just have to add your dialog in the middle. So please do not change dialog blueprint base. However, you may duplicate it and create those dialogs. Okay, so now I will show you how a dialog works on the inside. So basically, a dialog has it looks like this. So you have buttons, and you have a place where displays subtitles, and then you have variables. So you have the player pawn, the interlocutors array, the cinematic camera array, and the destination array. So inside the interlocutors you have every pawn that is the character you want to move, or teleport, or whatever, they are in there. If you have a nav mesh on the ground, you may also make them walk towards something. If you don't have a nav mesh, you may also teleport them. You have an array containing all the cameras you need. So when you use this dialog actor, you already have all those cameras. This is why I put the number. And your interlocutors will be, for example, this guy. Sorry, interlocutors, this guy. The player, as it says here, player's pawn is automatically number 0, so this will be number 1 inside the final interlocutor array. And destination will be is a list of actors, which will always be target points, and that are the destination you want to use to make the character move or look somewhere. So once you have those variables, you may create your dialogue using the 6 different macros that are here. Do not hesitate to open them if you want to see how they work. It's pretty simple, but though some are kind of complicated. So, but it was very interesting to make. So basically, a dialogue is a succession of sentences and choices. Here you have the dialogue, the most basic. It will be this dialogue showcase 1. I just use new sentence and new choices. A sentence is like a line in theater when someone says something. You may choose to play a sound. For example, if you are voice acting, you may choose to have a next button appear, or just to finish after a delay, if you want. If, for example, if we had a voice acting of the stranger saying hello, we will use this sound we will play this sound in the library, and we will make the delay to be equal as the sound duration, so that we just have a fluid dialogue of someone talking. In this example, we'll be only using subtitles and next button to click next to have the next sentences. In this case, for example, we've put a delay of 2 sec, and then we appear a choice. A choice is when you use those buttons on the screen. You may use up to 6 different choices. Of course, one choices can lead to other choices, like for example, you click on 5, which will be investigate, and then it opens a new choices with 6 different ways of investigating. And so you have my name is Dean, my name is not Dean, and it's not your business as choices. You may click any of those choices, it will fire these pins. And it's important to note that choosing doesn't mean talking. If you click my name is Dean, it will not display on screen in the subtitles my name is Dean. This is the rule of the sentence. So if you click on my name is Dean, it will fire the new sentence that say you, my name is Dean. So this separation is made so that, for example, when you have an answer that is too long, you may contract it in something else, and you don't have to say exactly what you choose. And this is the basic, and at the end you connect it to end dialog. So I encourage you to test it inside the game how it works. I had the same dialog, showcase 1, showcase 2, showcase 3, which is enhanced each time. I will show you how. But basically, when you enter the trigger box, it triggers dialog, so I cannot move. It says hello, and I can select the rest. The subtitles are always white, and the buttons are always like this. But be aware that you may modify it however you want, just by changing this little screen. So now let me show you showcase 2 and showcase 3, which are we both use different things. So showcase 2 add 3 other things, which are interlocutor move, interlocutor rotate, and switch camera view. Those macros may be found here. So switch camera view is basically changing the point of view to make a cut and change to another camera. It uses blend camera to it uses the basic set view target with blend, and you basically say which cameras by selecting the number of the camera inside the cinematic cameras array. You can use this to have a more formal dialogue and kind of creating the angle you want. Interlocutor move and interlocutor rotates are mostly used to prepare the dialogue, but you may use it inside the dialogue too. For example, you may have one of the character move forward from one step. Like I said, if I don't plug this, the interlocutor number 0, so the player, will go to destination number 1. So this arrow when the dialogue starts, but I plug teleport and I ask him, I ask the interlocutor 0, always the player, to face another interlocutor that will be target 1, so the other guy, which will be him. Dialog showcase 2, interlocutors, him. And so basically what it does is that when I enter the dialogue, I will be teleported at a place and I will switch to one camera. And during the dialogue, I may switch off cameras whenever I want, because it was prepared prepared inside the dialogue. So if I show you again the dialogue, we had a camera switch here and a camera switch here and all that. It's useful to teleport character and to rotate them, because it is made for all those cameras, for example, are made for having a character at number 1 and a character at number 7. So if you have a character at number 8, for example, the camera 12 might not have its full face on. So that's the interest, that's the good thing of having those. And now I'll show you a last one with the Dialog Showcase 3, just there. So it's basically the same as before, we just enhanced it a little bit. We use interlocutor moves on the other interlocutor, one will be the other, and destination 7, so we'll be moving to this one, which definitely use Dialog Showcase 3 and has him as interlocutor. So we teleport him on the number 7 and teleport the player on the number 1. You may have other options like rotate to match destination when arrived, or also teleport on Z axis. Those are made for specific. There's a lot of options you may use on the macros, but basically they are made for specific occasion. Like the Z axis is made to when you have stairs also, because if you teleport this one at number 7, you will teleport the middle of his body inside the ground, so it won't be worse. Teleporting him only on the two axes will do this. If you want to teleport him somewhere up the stairs, you will have to put a target point here, for example, and not on his feet. So it's made like that. So we move the other interlocutors so that they are both on the right tracks. Then we switch camera view, and we use a lot of switch camera views to dynamize the dialogue. And we add, just for the test, we added play animation on interlocutors. So this shows you that the basic interest of this dialogue system is that you only use those boxes to create dialogues. It's very simple, very fast to use, and it allows you to, since the dialogue is always inside this, you just, if you have multiple times the same dialogue, just have to modify one dialogue, and the dialogue actor provides you a basic stage to use. You don't have to put all the cameras all the time. You can use this prefab to create your own path. So the good advantages is that you may use any option you want, any kind of flow control that is already in Blueprint. Like for example, if you have an answer here that depends on something, you may use a select and switch on the answers depending on the bool that you may catch somewhere else on the player, for example. So if the player has already fired this dialogue, then the answer would be different, and so on. So you may use any kind of flow control to have very complex dialogues. This is the last macro that you may use, which is play animation. Basically, you may use it for moving the character, making him use body language and face language, talking, and all of that will be used by animation to play. You may ask if it must loop, and this is written to Anim Blueprint. Whenever your character as an AI, all the pawns must probably have an AI. It probably have an Anim Blueprint. So if you don't check it, your pawn will stay at the last frame of its animation once he finishes it. So perhaps sometimes you want him to aim and stay that way. So don't check it and play animation somewhere else to like free him. If you want him to go back to his normal standard position, just click on that. Whatever happens if you don't make him return to Anim Blueprint, know that the end dialog function takes all the interlocutors and put all of them on Anim Blueprint to release them. You may also select, of course you select the interlocutors, you have a delay before finished. So I may show you how it works on a final example. If you go there, as it is said here, we have the first sentence, hello, and out, we teleport them all, we switch camera view, and we play animation. When you click next, it will stop the animation and carry on the dialogue. So if we return them, hello, notice that when you play animation, it of course stays on the same position as before. So he talks, I choose, and there you go. So by now you may have a good vision of how the system works, and I encourage you to test it, test it and try its limitation, if to open it and to retro-engineer it if you find a more easy way to do what I did, or to make things or do not hesitate to send me emails if you find things that doesn't work, if you don't understand something, or if you have any bugs. That was Arnaud GL for the Dialog Blueprint System showcase. I look forward to hear from you, and I hope you will enjoy my Dialog Blueprint System. Have a nice day.